Saludos cazalogros, estamos en el tercer capítulo de Larry, Wet Dreams Dry Twice. Si os acordáis, acabamos en la cárcel, como estáis viendo, y vamos a continuarlo desde aquí. Si habéis llegado a este vídeo de primeras, que sepáis que hay dos vídeos antes, ya que esto es más o menos la mitad del juego. Vamos a comenzar hablando con Swingle.
Do you have any idea how we can get out of here?
But Master Larry, why would I want to leave?
Because they want to eat us.
But Master Larry, what's wrong with being swallowed?
Oh, God.
What is it, Master Larry? Good heavens, you've gone so pale all of a sudden.
You...
Yes.
You're even worse than I am.
Oh, thank you so much, Master.
But seriously, how can we escape?
Well, we can't. But that's not bad. It's just about time for another meal.
Maybe we should go on a hunger strike.
But that won't fill us up.
Okay, I'll take care of it myself. I got in here, so I can get back out too.
That's what I always tell myself during sex.
See you later.
Como habéis visto, hablar con Swingle no ha servido de mucho. Vamos a abrir el compartimento este de aquí. Y cogemos el estetoscopio.
I'm taking this with me, at the risk of someone thinking I'm a doctor.
Vais a tirar del cinturón de seguridad este que estáis viendo aquí.
I wonder what would happen if I pulled on it. Ah, so that's what happens.
Como veis, hay una llave aquí, la pilláis.
I wonder what that's for.
Y el brazo de esqueleto.
The third arm never hurts.
Como veis, tenemos marcado el estetoscopio. Le vais a dar con el Y aquí en la puerta del avión. Pone puerta del avión, pero es como una ventana.
I could use that to hear stuff. There are two of those cannibal girls on guard duty out there.
But it's just a phase. I think all of us go through it. It'll pass. But I'm just curious. What is it about men that you're so interested in? They're useless. I've never seen one naked. Yes, you have. I mean, not all charred and wrinkled. You'd be better off focusing on your job. Otherwise, the Queen's gonna be so angry again. Yeah, you're right. And don't forget to update the scrum board after your shift. I won't. See you later.
Interesting.
Ok, ahora vamos a coger la llave pequeñita. Igual, si os acordáis, se interactúa con el I una vez que tenéis marcado el objeto, ¿vale? Abrís la caja de fusibles.
It fits perfectly.
Ahora cogéis el brazo de esqueleto.
Let's give it a try.
Y lo ponéis aquí en el hueco.
Those two things.
Pues no. Brazo de esqueleto le dais aquí al interruptor, perdón, me he equivocado. No era a este de aquí. Con el brazo de esqueleto le dais a esta palanca de aquí, ¿ok? Lleva.
When my arm's not long enough, there's nothing better than an extension.
Ahora vamos a hablar con Swingle para que cierre este circuito que veis aquí. Pues hay que hablar más, hay que decir más diálogos, ¿vale?
What was that about the cave and the keystones again?
One of the local legends, my dear sir. A cave is said to impart profound knowledge to all those who pass through it. Ecstasy, sir. Ecstasy. But unfortunately, it's not all that easy to get to the cave anymore, and you also need a lost keystone to open it.
I don't think Faith remembers anything.
What should she remember, Master Larry?
Well, me. Her former life.
Oh, gods, how boring.
But seriously, how can we escape?
Well, we can't. But that's not bad. It's just a...
Maybe we...
But that will...
Okay, I got in.
Pues parece que hay que interactuar con el botón antes porque no nos deja. Vamos a darle.
Let's give it a try.
Vamos a mirar el hueco.
That's where the break in the cable is.
Y ahora a lo mejor sí nos deja. Aquí. ¿Vale? Tenéis que ver, como habéis visto. Vamos a repetir. Tenéis que mirar aquí, en el hueco, para desbloquear la opción de diálogo de que Swingle nos ayude.
Hey, I need your help.
I'm sorry, sir, but I can't reach your pants right now.
That's not what I mean. Can you reach that cable?
Ooh, Master Larry. Electrical shocks. How wicked. And here at first I thought you were boring. Should I attach the ends of the cable to my nipples?
All you have to do is hold it.
Fine then.
See you later. Let's give it a try. That needs some electricity. There's a piece of cable missing.
Como veis, aquí falta otra pieza, así que tenemos que buscar la forma de arreglar, perdón. Ahora lo que vais a hacer es iros a la izquierda del todo para poder interactuar con esta puerta.
Hello? Could you come in here, please?
What do you want?
Vamos a decirle esta opción de diálogo, ¿vale?
I heard that you'd like to see a non-barbecued man naked.
Well, we don't get a lot of that around here, and when we do, it's never for long.
We could change that.
Tell me, are you a typical man?
Well, to be honest, I'm above average.
Really? Well, that does make me a little curious. Okay, show me.
You sure don't waste any time.
My shift's almost over. Do it. Okay, at least it's not charred, but it's still all wrinkled.
He's asleep right now.
Then I'd better let him sleep.
Oh.
You have to touch it. You should see what happens then. Oh, good grief.
You stay out of this. Well, he's not entirely wrong.
But now I've seen an original. Thanks.
Always happy to help, especially when you don't get sued.
Reminds me of your food.
Now I really want some food.
Well, it's not feeding time yet. But since you showed me yours, now I'll show you mine.
Really?
Hold on a second.
That does look very, appetizing.
At least a lot more appetizing than the other one. No matter what we do with that little guy, he just doesn't gain weight. Or maybe it just takes longer.
My bodily fluids are always in full flow, my good woman.
Ugh.
Ok, lo que nos ha dado es una salchicha. Como veis ya está marcada, ¿vale? Así que simplemente le damos aquí con el I.
It fits perfectly.
Y ya podemos escapar de la cárcel dándole al botón.
Let's give it a try. We did it, Pi. Let's go. We can finally escape this island.
Are you just going to leave the little guy behind?
We'll do whatever we can to save him.
That's the Larry I know.
Leaving so soon, Master Larry? I would have thought you would have appreciated the company of these lovely ladies. And here I was hoping that we would get to know each other much better, much more intimately.
But now that I think about it, we can leave him here.
If you're resourceful enough to break out of this very well-guarded prison, with your help, I might even be able to locate that cavern of cosmic cognition. We could experience the pleasures there together. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
I'm not so sure.
Well, if you want to learn more, check out my hotel room, number 69, where you can find a file I compiled. It contains everything I found out about it.
Don't think about it. Keep a stiff upper lip.
That too.
We got away, and nobody has to eat anyone.
Swingle is still there?
Oh, he'll take care of himself. But what do we do now? Faith has lost her memory. She can't even remember me.
Now, think about how we can change that, Larry.
Think sharp, Larry. Think sharp. Give it to her good.
Larry, you should do something she doesn't want to forget again right away. You just learned something from Swingle.
His zippers distracted me.
The thing about the cave.
What cave?
Larry, he said that there is a cavern of cosmic cognition on the archipelago. Whoever enters it gains a deeper knowledge of themselves.
I've known everything there is to know about myself for a long time.
Not you, Faith.
Oh, right.
Whether that has anything to do with the pleasures that little perv is looking for remains to be seen. But maybe this cave does contain some powers that can help Faith learn about herself. And maybe then she'll remember.
Sometimes I feel like you do all my thinking for me, and I like that.
So now you have to locate the cave and open it.
Yes?
And then find a way to get Faith there.
Yes?
And then...
I know, Buy her flowers.
No, Larry. If the legend is true, she'll remember everything.
It all sounds almost too simple. Okay, let's get back to Kahlua. We should look for that file in Swingle's suite.
Headquarters, come in, please.
No! I said that's lube! It doesn't go in your mouth! It goes, spit that back out! Yamai! What's up, baby?
Have you found out anything about this Larry guy yet?
Hold on tight, Yanai. He used to work for Prune.
What?
We found him in the personnel records. He was a stripper intern.
Unbelievable. That must have been a cover identity. So he already infiltrated Prune, where he probably stole all the company's secrets. But on whose behalf? Who are you working for, Larry?
He's clearly a threat. Maybe you should eliminate him, just to be on the safe side.
No, we can't lose sight of our goal. Faith. If he managed to infiltrate Prune, he might be able to figure out a way to get Faith her memory back. That's the only way we can find out where the algorithm is.
Right. You have my complete trust and my best torture knife. But wash it thoroughly before you bring it back. It's a family heirloom.
Understood.
I should see how the secret project is going. Hopefully, there have been some results. I'm under pressure all the way up to here. Sorry, my darling. My favorite engineer, my genius. How are the tests going?
Well, to be honest, not as well as I hoped. The motor skills aren't fully developed yet, and the AI doesn't work well enough.
And the sex routines?
They belong to the motor skills.
Fortunately, our test subjects all signed indemnification contracts, protecting us from any injury-based lawsuits.
Faith's algorithm would make everything so much simpler.
It can't be long now, Nari. Once we have the self-learning routine, it will run exactly the same way, by itself. But we can't waste any time. We have to announce our product.
I don't think that's advisable.
Yes, it is, Nari. Something is brewing in New Lost Wages. I feel it. Okay, I feel an itching in my crotch too, but that's got nothing to do with this. At any rate, we have to be one step ahead of everyone else. Soon, we will reveal to the world the Pie Bot!
So, yeah, this definitely looks like Swingle's room to me. He's certainly made himself comfortable here. Don't you think so, Pi?
Please just find that file and let's get out of here.
Ok, después de todas estas cinemáticas volvemos a tener el control de Larry. Vamos a empezar a coger esto que veis aquí abajo, que es una varita de masajes.
Discreet and versatile.
Varita de masaje, cago en la leche. Bueno, vamos a seguir cogiendo cositas, ¿vale? Vamos a mover esta almohada de aquí y el tentáculo.
Strange nubs. They don't look like they've been used, but I'll play it safe and keep my hands off them.
Cogéis el
I
traje
wouldn't fit into that, hopefully.
y la mordaza.
Why is it called a ball gag? I mean, it's not even funny.
Vale, recapitulamos. Habéis cogido la varita de masajes, el tentáculo, el traje y la mordaza. Vamos a seguir cogiendo cositas.
I know I'm not supposed to pull levers where I don't know what they do, but... now I remember why I didn't want to do that anymore. Soft and absorbent.
Ok, ahora para coger una cosa que hay aquí, veis aquí que marca plug de castor. Yo os recomiendo que le deis con lo RT y LT para ir navegando con cada cosa interactuable, porque está un poco escondida, ¿vale? Tenéis que coger eso que está ahora mismo ahí marcado.
I like beavers.
Esto de aquí, ¿vale? Y tenéis que coger esto de aquí también.
Pretty handy when you can just take one of these things off again.
Vamos a cerrar esto de aquí, esta puerta. De nuevo. ¿Veis que os sale aquí como unas marcas? Yo no sé si esto lo podemos quitar del medio ya para que no moleste. Os recomiendo que guardéis porque en esta habitación se va a hacer un logro, ¿ok? Vaya que no os salga. Así que guardad aquí. Vale, una vez guardéis, vamos a hacer el puzzle este. Vale, el puzzle este se hace de la siguiente manera. Elegís este plug y lo ponéis en la marca primera. Fijaos bien que cada marca tiene su colocación, ¿vale? Su spot para ponerlo ahí. El tentáculo en la verde. La varita en el blanco. Esto en el negro. Y la mordaza en el rojo. Esto nos va a desmarcar un número, que es el 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Que es la combinación para abrir la caja fuerte.
Okay, what should I dial?
Este de aquí, ¿vale?
That unlocked the safe.
Ok, pero antes de continuar cogiendo, no abráis la caja ni nada, porque hay un logro por llamar a todos los teléfonos. Vais a tardar un rato, porque además, cada vez que le deis a un número, va a desmarcar otros. Así que aseguraos de tenerlos todos del color este que veis aquí, como azulito, porque significa que ya lo habéis marcado, ¿vale?
No answer.
Como veis, habrá veces que están todos marcados, pero seguid dándole, porque seguro que habrá números que no habéis marcado antes.
Sacrilege.
Ahí está, por fin. Es curioso porque, como veis, aquí me falta uno en blanco. Pues, lo dicho, ya que os ha dado el logro, podéis continuar y vamos a abrir la caja fuerte. Vais a coger el muñeco hinchable.
What a blowhard. Not right at the moment. More in general.
Y el libro. Una vez cojáis el libro va a haber un montón de diálogo y podremos continuar.
Look at this pie. This must be the file Swingle was talking about. It's kind of sticky.
Only touch it with your fingertips. I don't want to even think about the diseases you could catch from that. Let me scan it for you instead. I'll put it all in my database so I can give you the information whenever you need it. Just don't hold me too close. Ew.
Okay.
There. I got it all.
What exactly is in the file?
Swingle has been very busy indeed. These are copies of historical documents from the crew that discovered the archipelago. Diary entries and letters, the captain's logbook, some pretty confused notes, and Swingle has also entered some notes of his own. The ship's crew actually entered this cavern of cosmic cognition that Swingle mentioned. To open it, they needed a keystone, which they found. At that point, the records become a little muddled. It seems they learned a lot about themselves. But for some of them, it wasn't very nice. What they learned led them to break the keystone into 4 pieces. Captain Muffington, Regibald Cockburn, Lady Gobbledick, and the Marquis de Carnard, they each kept 1 piece. They concealed the route to the cave so that no one would ever enter it again.
This sounds like a job for Larry Laffer. What happened to them?
They all died under mysterious circumstances.
What happened to the Marquis?
The Marquis couldn't cope with what he learned about himself in the cave. He threw himself into the Kahlua volcano.
Oops. That means there's no trace of his keystone, and it may have melted along with him.
But you could go to the volcano and look for clues.
What happened to Lady Gobbledick?
She mysteriously suffocated. Not much information is available about her, except that she lived with Cockburn. Here's another one of his diary entries. My beloved Lady Gobbledick's grave must never be found by anyone. The dark truth must never be revealed. Only I know the way to her grave. It begins on, the entry ends there. It appears the second page is missing.
I have to find that second page to get to Lady Gobbledick's grave and find out more about her keystone. What do you know about Cockburn?
Reginald Cockburn started a family with Lady Gobbledick. Oh, that's interesting. His daughter later took the name Marley.
Wait, that's Bobby's name too. I should ask her about that. So Cockburn lived happily ever after?
He died of a broken hip from sex addiction.
Just what I said. Oh, what a life.
Were you listening to me?
You're making it sound like sex addiction is a bad thing.
Whatever. Anyway, he was buried on Muffington Island.
Probably with his keystone. Tell me about the captain.
Muffington first settled on one of the islands, which to this day bears his name. But whatever he learned about himself in that cave, one night, he couldn't take it anymore. He tried to sail the Unsatisfied out of the archipelago with a small crew, but huge waves smashed his ship against the rocks. One of them was the legendary Phallus Rock, which is still worshipped today as a symbol of fertility.
So his part of the keystone probably sank there with him?
Probably.
Okay, so I have 4 keystones to find, and of course to locate the Cavern of Cosmic Cognition itself. Is there any information in that file that points to where I can find it?
A number of things point towards Kofuku Island. Swingle has even entered some coordinates where he believes the cave might be. But even if you find the cave and all 4 parts of the keystone, you still have a problem.
Your battery is running low?
No. You have to get Faith to go with you into that cave.
You mean I have to trick the dangerous armed cannibal lesbians to get an audience with their queen who has amnesia and wants to roast me?
Exactly.
As good as done.
And, Larry, I don't know if this is even a good idea. What those people learned about themselves in the cave back then, it drove some of them crazy. Who knows what could happen to Faith in that cave? Or to you. Cosmic knowledge, self-knowledge, endless pleasures. That cave could be dangerous, too.
We have no choice, Pi. Faith is confused and has memory loss. Maybe the cave will give her mind a nudge in the right direction. And if it somehow turns me into a sex-craved pervert at the same time, then...
Nothing will have changed.
Hey! I was going to say, then I'll just have to live with it.
Until you die of a broken hip or throw yourself into a volcano.
This is starting to make my head hurt, Pi.
Don't worry. I entered it all in your app.
Ok, después de este todo chorro de diálogos, vamos al ascensor. Y a la oficina de Bobby. Tenemos que hablar sobre la reliquia con Bobby.
Reginald Cockburn is your ancestor?
That's true. How did you find out about that?
He carries his brains in his pocket, sister.
Yeah, he does. Reginald was not exactly the climax of my family tree.
The stone downstairs in the lobby was his?
Yeah.
Larry, that must be one of the keystones.
Can I have the stone from the lobby? It's really pretty.
The only way I'd let it out of my hands is if I were to get another memento of Reginald Cockburn. Like maybe his legendary signet ring. It's supposed to have some truly extraordinary powers.
Habéis visto que nos puede cambiar la piedra por un anillo, así que ya nos podemos ir de aquí, ¿vale? Hemos acabado.
I'm leaving now, but... And maybe another woman will want to have sex with me.
If she doesn't have anything better to do.
Vamos a ir ahora a la piscina. Vamos a hablar con Rosalie.
How's the water?
Wet. You stupid or what? Stick your hand in if you want to know for sure.
I didn't mean to.
Don't care what you meant.
Can I have that crocodile?
It brings back fond memories of my third husband. Although, actually, he was an asshole too. Take it.
Ok, esto era lo que queríamos hacer, ¿vale? Tenemos que coger
I have to
el
get going.
cocodrilo.
Don't drown.
Podéis seguir hablando con ella si queréis. Esto es importante para luego.
I always wanted to have an inflatable crocodile in my pants.
Vamos a coger una bebida energética.
And I'll just grab this energy drink.
Y ahora vamos a hablar con Shodi.
Hey, Shawnee! Who are these people who give you money?
They're from all different walks of life. I just have to build an emotional connection to them so that they understand my spiritual journey. Some people have real problems with that. They're just not in touch with themselves.
Or they're stingy.
Or that. I came to this archipelago to thank one of my benefactors personally. He founded this new, totally hip cryptocurrency and opened a new headquarters with his employees here on an island.
Cryptocurrency?
I'm sure you've heard of it. Clickcoin? Don't ask me exactly how that works. I haven't been able to use it to pay for anything yet, but it's good to have a reserve in your wallet.
Wallet?
Anyway, they're headquartered on an island that's completely inaccessible. An island completely surrounded by reefs. A lot of ships have gone down there. Some of them are really old. They must have been wrecked centuries ago.
Larry, according to Sir Muffington's log, his ship, the Unsatisfied, sank off a storm-tossed island here. We should take a closer look at that island.
You're right about that. But Shawnee, why did they open their headquarters in a place like this?
For security reasons, they said. It's private there. It's unregulated offshore waters and all that.
Tenemos que seguir insistiendo en esto, ¿vale? Para que nos dé las coordenadas.
What can you tell me about the island with the dangerous reefs and the waves? Like, for example, its name?
No idea. But the coordinates of the island are -20 and 3. And your ship will have to be especially well equipped to prevent it from being wrecked too.
All I have is a raft.
Then even more so. You should put bumpers on both ends of your raft, otherwise the waves will toss you around and smash you against the rocks.
That would be a bad thing. Wanna go with me?
No, I'll let fate decide. When the stars are right, the perfect wave will carry me there.
If that works.
I float through life like a feather on the wind.
Pues ya que tenemos las coordenadas, ya podemos salir de
See you
esta
later.
conversación. Vais a hacer otro punto de guardado aquí, porque vamos a empezar a trabajar en otro logro perdible, ¿vale? Este lo podéis sobreescribir. Así que vamos a volver al vestíbulo para entrar ahora en el buffet, ¿vale?
Okay, folks, it's time for a laugh. Thank you. You're a wonderful audience. Just too bad you're not here. Except for you, in the back. What's your name?
Larry. Larry Laffer.
You sure look like it, too. It's one dynamite joke after another today. Today's the premiere of my new stage show, featuring exclusive new material never before heard on any stage in the world.
Wow.
Ok, el logro está relacionado con este tío de aquí, ¿vale?
The Mandalorian says, I roll a 7. The orc drops dead in its tracks.
Y lo que tenéis que hacer es hacer varias cosas y casi al final del capítulo tendremos el logro. Así que vamos a empezar hablando con Lewis.
That one's kinda so-so. Hey, I'm trying to work here. What do you want?
Empezamos a decirle, tenéis que hablar con él y convencerle de que le deis un libro de bromas mucho más adelante, como decía, ¿vale? Así que vamos a empezar a hablar con él.
Your jokes are kind of odd.
I made them all up myself.
You did?
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes I take advice from my team.
You have a team?
Stop the interrogation already. Yeah, I take what I can get. Actually, I copied it all from a joke book. And I don't even have that anymore. I lost it. I had it with me at that crazy festival. Maybe somebody there switched it. Instead, now I got this book about role-playing games. But they're kinda strange. I mean, who wouldn't want to dress up as a sexy nurse or something in a role-playing game, but a mage? A healer? Or a dwarf? Well, I guess I'll just have to make the best of it.
Ahora le decimos que si nos podemos llevar este libro.
Can I have this book on role-playing games?
The only thing I'd swap it for would be a decent joke book. Preferably the one I know. If you can get me that, you can have this Dungeon Master crap.
Listo. Esto es la primera parte del logro, ¿ok? Tendremos que conseguir el libro e intercambiárselo. Pero eso lo hacemos más adelante, así que podemos continuar.
Well, I'll let you get back to clowning around.
Hey, comedy is a serious business.
Vais a coger pan y una copa.
I'll take one. I'll take one.
A necromancer pops up in front of a busty blonde. She says, is that a high character value in your pants? Or are you just happy to see me?
Tenemos que ir a los baños. No sé si recordáis que hay que salir fuera. Y a la derecha. ¿Veis que hay un agujero aquí? Abrís el inventario, cogéis el muñeco y lo usáis aquí.
The inflatable guy's valve fits right in the hole.
Abrís esta puerta. Le dais a la cisterna.
Be gone with you.
Y subimos por aquí.
Larry, I pulled something else from Swingle's file for you.
And?
The Marquis de Carnard, who tried to kill the others from the Unsatisfied, there's conflicting information. Either he went crazy and tried to throw himself into the volcano with the keystone, or Cockburn tried to kill him there. Either way, the Marquis disappeared with his stones somewhere on or inside the volcano.
Okay, maybe we can find something.
Aquí tenemos un nuevo personaje, Nora, pero antes vais a coger las pinzas la orquídea. Esta es la... creo que es... esta creo que es la tercera muerte del logro de 6. Sí, debería ser la tercera, ¿ok? Ya sabéis que no pasa nada porque volvéis a spawnear aquí. Así que ya tenemos 3 muertes de 6 con esto. Ok. Recordamos que cogimos los alicates. Vais a coger esta pala también.
Practical.
Y las vallas. Listo. Con estas 3 cosas cogidas, repito, alicates, la pala de aquí de la derecha y las vallas. Y hemos conseguido la tercera muerte comiéndonos esta orquídea. ¿Ok? Vamos a hablar con Nora.
Hello. Nice outfit.
Who cares?
What?
As long as there's nothing hanging in the way. Try climbing when things are dangling off you everywhere.
Finally, a good reason for scanty clothing. I'm Larry. Larry Laffer?
And I'm Nora.
Do you climb professionally?
You could say that. I just turned my hobby into my profession.
Mountain climber?
Biologist.
What does that have to do with climbing?
How the hell else am I supposed to get to the critters I'm investigating? Some of them are really fast and agile. Besides, I like the athletic challenge.
Good for the abs.
Unfortunately, I often miss my grip and fall.
Oh. Are there other interesting animals besides the gecko?
There is a unique mosquito here, the Culicida penetratum.
Ugh, not a big mosquito fan.
It has the biggest trunk of its kind.
Well, I can sure identify with it there.
But with that trunk, it can also transmit more deadly diseases than any other mosquito.
I take that back. I'd like to get up to the top of that volcano.
Why would you want to go up there?
I'm looking for a stone from one of the founding fathers.
Which founding fathers?
The ones who discovered this archipelago.
Rocks are boring. I'd love to help you get up there, but I can't do it without my climbing gear.
There's supposed to be a dead marquee here somewhere. Did you see one?
No, I'm only interested in pod geckos.
In what?
The archipelago is home to many rare species, but one is truly unique, and it can only survive on the edges of a volcano. The long-tailed pod gecko. If only I could observe one. Unfortunately, some of my climbing equipment is missing. My sister Dora must have taken it by mistake.
Ok, ya sabemos que le falta el equipo de escalada y con él nos ayudará. Simplemente tenemos que preguntarle esto para poder continuar con la historia.
Where can I find your sister then?
Oh, I have no idea where the hell she is now. She usually doesn't know herself. She's always totally overbooked. She said something about looking for a certain plant. What was it called again? Something with V.
Vagina.
Right.
What? Really?
Vagina dentata.
Nice name for a plant.
I'm not a plant person myself. It's an orchid that only grows in one place in the archipelago. It's extremely rare and has been growing here for centuries. But, like I said, I don't know anything about that stuff.
Larry, there's a passage in Swingle's file that mentions that plant. Apparently, the Marquis was looking for this plant because it's believed to have sexual magical powers.
If the Marquis was there, maybe there's a clue to the keystone. Do you know any more precisely where it is?
The location is in the jungle on Gafuku Island, and I have detailed directions on how to get there. We have to go to a very specific clearing.
Then let's get a move on.
And when you get there, bring my climbing gear, will you please? And give my love to Dora.
Ya podemos irnos de aquí.
Have to run. What's up?
Do you have any idea what happened to all that junk I collected?
Junk? What junk?
The junk that was hanging on that hook.
The raft-shaped junk?
The junk-shaped junk.
I, recycled it for you. Isn't that great? Anything for the planet. See you later.
Ok, ahora vamos a hacer 2 muertes más, ¿vale? Ya que tenemos la habilidad de manejarnos con la barca. Vamos a abrir el mapa con el back, ¿vale? Y nos vamos a mover. Era menos 20, 30. ¿Cómo era esto? Menos 23, ¿ok? Vamos a buscar menos 23. Vamos a hacer, como decía, una de las muertes Menos 20. Le dais y hemos muerto. Esta es la primera de las 2 muertes que vamos a sacar, ¿ok? Llevaríamos 4 de 6. Otra muerte es que nos coman tiburones. Así que lo que tenemos que hacer es ir dándole al mapa hasta que pase esa muerte. Es aleatoria, ¿ok? Y esa sería ya la quinta de 6. Así que de nuevo, pack, mapa, y le dais, no sé, aquí por ejemplo. Y ya, nos ha comido el tiburón. Y ya tenemos 5 de 6. Solo nos quedaría una muerte para ese logro acumulativo.
Larry, Swingle had also collected some interesting information about this island.
I have to admit, I am curious.
Gofuku Island holds traces of a lost civilization. Swingle suspected that this cavern of cosmic cognition is located here somewhere.
Good to know.
However, this is also the island with all the death traps left behind by an ancient civilization.
Oh.
Ok, desde aquí vamos a ir a la izquierda. ¿Qué pasa, amigo? ¿Por qué no andas? Ahora. Y vais a coger esa piedra que habéis visto. Vamos a mirar por este agujero.
I can see something through the hole.
Ese patrón tendremos que ponerlo luego, ¿ok?
But we can't get away from here.
I know. I feel the same way you do, in case you haven't noticed. We can't just play LARP anyway.
And how are we supposed to do that without a game master?
We just make it up ourselves?
Have you ever made anything up yourself?
No. But being a game master can't be that hard.
You also said making a computer game wasn't hard.
Hey, and nobody told me you need an engine for that. And it was the publisher's fault anyway.
We didn't have one.
But they would have screwed everything up if we had found one.
Whatever. We need a game master. And game masters don't just fall from the heavens. Besides, can't even enter the ruins.
We could play right here.
No, there's not enough atmosphere.
You know what? I've had enough. Yeah, we're out of here.
Hey, what are you two doing here? Are you selling pie phones in the jungle now? And did they make you wear those clothes?
Oh, damn, Finley. It's that weirdo from New Lost Wages.
Don't move, Kyle. Maybe he won't notice us.
I'm already talking to you.
Damn, it didn't work.
Antes de hacer esto, vamos a coger algo que nos hemos dejado fuera, ¿ok? Esto de aquí, las setas luminosas y otra piedra como la que cogimos antes.
Maybe you can even eat it.
And maybe you'll start to glow from within.
I wouldn't mind.
Y ahora sí vamos a volver dentro, ya que esta zona tenemos todo cogido. Esta es la tercera, ¿vale? Ya tenemos las 3 losas para abrir el camino. Y ahora vamos a hablar con Kyle y le vamos a preguntar sobre el libro.
Have you seen a book of bad jokes around here anywhere?
Joe, we took one of those from the festival. A role-playing book went missing there. It sucks.
Can I have it?
Sure. We threw it away.
Threw it away where?
Somewhere out there, outside the cave.
Okay.
Listo, esta la... Seguimos con el logro este que os comenté antes del libro de chistes, ¿vale?
I have to get going.
Y ahora vamos a poner aquí las 3 piedras.
The stone disc fits on there perfectly. The stone disc fits on there perfectly. The stone disc fits on there perfectly. Now it looks like all the discs are in place.
Al interactuar tenemos que poner el patrón como vimos. En mi caso era el tentáculo. Aquí era la hormiga. Creo que era la hormiga. Y aquí era esto, si no me equivoco. Algo pasa, ¿vale? Porque veis que no funciona.
The socket's secure now.
Yo creo que era este, ¿verdad? Bueno, igual hay que hacer algo más, ¿vale? Vamos a coger estas velas.
Candles always come in handy.
Este cereal.
Especially good with milk.
Y este rotulador.
How useful.
Nos vamos de aquí. Vamos a mirar este arbusto porque aquí está el libro de bromas.
Maybe those guys threw the joke book in here.
Lo pilláis.
That must be Lewis's joke book.
Volvemos a la derecha.
Ah, here's the path the Marquis described.
Vamos a hablar con Dora, que es la hermana de Nora.
Hey, would you be Dora?
Who wants to know?
I do.
I mean, who are you?
Larry. Larry Laffer.
And how does that help me?
I don't know. You asked.
I give up.
Don't worry. You get used to him.
Your sister says to say hi.
Thanks. Did she fall off something again?
No, but she's preparing to climb the volcano.
I sure hope that doesn't turn into a train wreck.
Have you seen a gold stone or a dead marquee lying around here anywhere?
No, I probably would have noticed both of those things.
Too bad. What are you doing here?
Actually, I came here to examine the ruins. They're one of my specialities. I more or less fell into it.
Into the job?
No, I was on vacation in South America when I got separated from my group and fell into a pit. Landed right on top of this gold statue. Man, it hurt. Then I was constantly on TV and everyone said I was an explorer specialized in some sort of tombs. And since I had nothing better to do, I thought I'd just travel around and see if I could find some more.
Any luck?
Not so far, but that statue made me rich, so it doesn't matter.
Wow, good for you.
I'm concentrating on plants now. They don't hurt as much when you fall on them.
Looks like falling seems to run in your family. I'm supposed to bring Nora her climbing equipment.
Yeah, I must have taken it by mistake. I'm such a mess sometimes. I'll take it back to her once the orchid is bloomed.
Is that the vagina dentata? Maybe I can help you get it to blossom.
Oh, you've heard of it. Yeah, it is. Don't you dare touch it. It's very sensitive and only the most empathetic and sensitive people should approach it. Otherwise, it will never bloom, and if it does, I want to be there to see it happen.
That would make one huge side salad.
If you want to poison yourself.
Maybe I can help you to get that orchid to bloom.
That would be a magical moment. But only absolute experts should be present for that. Like me. And you don't look the type.
But I know a lot about flowers. And bees.
Oh yeah? Okay then. There are many different orchids in the archipelago, but they are all extremely poisonous except for one species. You can bring me one of those, can't you?
Of course.
I'm sure you also know that all the others are deadly. Just the slightest skin contact will kill you.
That non-toxic orchid is blue, right?
If I say yes and the blue orchid is poisonous...
You would have really made a fool of me. So, is it blue? See you later.
Ok, ya sabéis lo que hay que hacer, ¿no? Buscar una orquídea que no sea venenosa. Tenemos que coger una orquídea que es azul con las hojas en punta, ¿ok? Y estas spawnean aleatoriamente. Normalmente spawnean en esta zona que vamos a entrar ahora. O bien aquí. Esta es azul, pero no es de puntas en punta. De hojas en punta. Y el otro lado es cerca de del hotel, ¿vale? Así que tendremos que volver al hotel a ver si está allí.
That must be the non-toxic orchid that Dora wants.
Are you sure?
Only one way to find out. You know, I think I'm still alive.
Good thing.
Pues ya la tenemos. A mí me ha spawneado enfrente de los baños esta orquídea de aquí. Como veis, pues es aleatorio. Pero siempre sale en la zona de jungles, ¿vale? Tenéis en la isla del hotel o en la misma isla donde está Dora. Así que vamos a volver. En mi caso tengo que volver. Y se la damos a Dora. Que de hecho podríamos haberlo hecho directamente. Desde el mapa.
Hey, I brought you the only non-toxic orchid in the archipelago.
Oh, wow, that's it. Maybe I misjudged you. You do have some botanical expertise.
Has there been any change in the giant orchid?
No, nothing at all. I'm not sure. Something's still missing.
Larry, I've been going over the Marquis's notes from Swingle's file.
And?
He wrote in his diary, I have discovered a most unusual plant. Its scent is bewitching and its appearance is alluring, but the orchid is a harsh mistress. It requires a great deal of attention. 3 things are needed to make it blossom. It can only grow if it is fertilized with poisonous bog water, like a fair lady. The orchid must be beguiled with words. The ethereal sound of classical music touches not only the hearts of men, but also that of this plant.
How does your Python know all this?
I taught it well.
Did not.
So, plenty to do.
Ok, una vez le hemos dado a la orquídea y ya sabemos qué hay que hacer, vamos a ir a la isla Muffington.
Hi, I know Muffington's one of the founding fathers, but why did they name the island after him?
I think it was the only island that didn't have a name.
Well, that's something. What else is here?
The founding fathers spent a lot of time here, and Regibald Cockburn is said to be buried here. Maybe you can find some trace of him.
And I need to find a way to talk to Faith. She and the other cannibals will have to trust me. Is there anything else you can tell me about Muffington Island from the file?
The island is also considered to be haunted. It's said to be haunted by some scary Sister Superior.
Oh, that sounds exciting. Maybe I can find her. Speaking of scary, that guy back there does look kind of menacing.
Aquí vamos a coger el espejo de mano. Vamos a hablar con Otis.
Hi, I'm Larry.
Hi, my name is Otis. You seem pretty brave.
Why?
I mean, you're a man, right?
You bet I am.
I should be throwing you in our jail right now.
No need, I've been there.
What?
Nothing.
Well, I'll make an exception.
Tenemos que convencer a Otis de que es un hombre, porque él piensa que es una mujer, ¿vale?
Do you like being in this tribe?
Oh, so. I'm not allowed to live in the village. My hut has to be outside.
Why's that?
Somehow I sometimes feel like I'm different, from the other cannibal girls. And I've been a member of the tribe since the very beginning.
And, well, I think you're... How can I put this delicately? You're clearly a man.
What? Of course not. That's an unsubstantiated allegation. At any rate, well, I'm just so confused. I don't really know what I am. It's all so confusing.
You have to learn to accept yourself as you are.
What do you mean?
You have to accept your masculine attributes. I have the same problem myself. But at some point, I simply had to accept that my masculine virility has no limits. A man can also have his merits.
But the others behave so strangely towards me. This society simply has expectations of me that I can't meet.
If you find yourself attractive, then others will too.
There is something in what you're saying.
What do you know about the little guy in prison?
Oh, he kinda creeps me out. Oh, he looks at me funny and he licks his lips. And the places he grabs himself. There's no way I could ever reach those on my body. The other day, he made me so furious that I grabbed him and choked him. But he actually liked it. I stopped, and he was really disappointed. He said he almost had a sexual out-of-body experience. Ugh. Hopefully, he'll soon be fat enough to eat, and I won't have to hear his voice anymore.
Can you tell me about the Sister Superior?
The Sister Superior? Better not talk about her. She's always somewhere nearby watching us. If we do anything she doesn't like, bad things happen.
Why don't you do something about her?
If only it was that easy. She especially picks on me. I'm her nephew.
You are?
That's what she calls me, and she thinks that everyone in her family is respectable. So I should be too.
I have to get going. Don't eat limbs unless you know where they came from.
Ok, una vez hemos acabado toda la docena de diálogos con Otis, vamos al centro del pueblo. Tenemos que entrar de nuevo en la prisión, así que simplemente le damos aquí. Vamos a interactuar con esta puerta.
Yoo-hoo! Could you come back in here?
What is it now?
How long have you actually been living on the island?
Oh, for quite a while now.
But do you know where you were before?
I only have a vague memory. I was very young, but that doesn't matter. We're living in paradise here, as long as we follow the holy book.
What is your holy book?
It contains all the rules we need to live a good life. It tells us what is right and what is wrong. The book is really old, but it was damaged. Fortunately, we were able to put it back together. But, sometimes I'd like to try some of the things that are wrong.
Who doesn't?
But whenever we do something that is not according to the rules in the Holy Book, Sister Superior comes to haunt us. She makes her way through the village and scares us. I was talking to Otis the other day, and I noticed how good she smells. Somehow kind of spicy. Different from everyone else here. It made me curious. But then the Sister Superior appeared and yelled at me to keep my hands to myself.
Vale, este es el objetivo de aquí, ¿vale? Tenemos que hablarle de Otis para desbloquear un logro un poquito más adelante. Así que vamos a leer.
About Otis.
What about her?
So you're kind of curious about her?
Yes. There's something about her that's kind of manly. Sister Superior can't be allowed to hear this.
Of course.
I'm just curious about what it would be like with her, you know? Is that normal? I think I'm the only one here that feels that way.
Sister, if you're asking this guy what normal is, you've come to the wrong place.
Quiet, Pie. There's nothing wrong with you being attracted to him. I mean, her. I mean, after all, you've already had a look in my pants.
Have you forgotten that that's not necessarily representative, and it might put someone off?
I will turn you off in a second. Maybe you should just talk to Otis again.
I can't do that. I'm on guard duty, and I can't just walk away. And how am I supposed to know if I'd even really be interested in the contents of his pants?
Maybe something can be done about that.
Listo.
See you later.
Tenemos que volver ahora con Otis, ¿ok? Estad atentos a las opciones de diálogo que voy a elegir a partir de ahora.
That Wendi girl finds you interesting.
Really? That would be great.
You like her too?
When I look at her, something happens down there.
That sounds familiar. So you're interested in Wendi, she's interested in you.
But I'm really not certain she's actually interested in me.
Look at yourself. A man like you... Your barbaric tresses. And then there's your sonorous, powerful voice, not to forget. Your penetrating masculine gaze. So...
You're right. I really am completely manly. Well, maybe I should actually reach out to Wendi. But how can I make her curious about me?
Well, you're wearing that loincloth.
It gives me a lot of freedom down below. And everything dangles so nicely.
I've learned that nowadays, people send each other photos of their... you know.
What's a photo?
Just let me take one. Wendi will be thrilled.
If you say so.
Okay, hold still. Let me take a picture.
Does it hurt?
Only if you put it on the internet.
Where?
Let's not talk about that.
Ok, ahora hay que volver a la cárcel.
Yoo-hoo! Could you come back in here?
What is it now?
I have a photo here that might interest you.
Show me. Wow. So this is what they look like ungrilled? Are they all so hairy?
All depends on where you shave.
Well, I like it.
Maybe you should talk to Otis about this.
That's a good idea, but I'm not supposed to leave my post.
Nobody comes to this island voluntarily anyway.
True enough. I'm just so curious.
Otis can't wait to see you either. Have fun! Great, the coast is clear.
Vale, una vez que ya no está el guarda aquí, vamos a coger sal y pimienta. Un panfleto.
This seems to be a recruitment brochure. I'll just take it with me.
Y la grabadora. Vamos a hacerle una foto al congelador.
Nice freezer. Maybe I can do something with it. I'll take a photo of it.
Y una foto al cinturón de castidad.
Maybe I should put it on so that it slows me down a little.
Una foto no, lo hemos cogido, perdón. Se me fue la 8. Desde aquí vamos a la derecha.
Larry, if some of the founding fathers died here in the archipelago...
And there are lots of graves here.
Sometimes you even think along.
But I can't just dig up every grave in the area. We have to know which one we want.
Antes de continuar en esta zona, vamos a volver atrás para sacar un logro perdible, ¿ok? Tenéis que volver a la entrada. Tenéis que darle, una vez estéis aquí, a detrás de la cabaña para conseguir una cinemática y el logro. El logro perdible que os comentaba.
Ah, the two of them actually got together. I think I should just leave them alone. Otherwise, Wendi will lock me up again.
Y una vez tenemos el logro, vamos a ir al hotel. Porque nos va a hacer falta un dato para continuar en el cementerio que acabamos de entrar. Es importante que hagáis esto en ese orden, ¿vale? Para que el logro se desbloquee. Porque si viajáis rápido desde el cementerio al hotel vais a perder la oportunidad. Le preguntamos esto.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Reginald Cockburn?
There hasn't been that much written or recorded about him. He was deeply in love with Lady Gobbledick and led an uneventful life. I once tried to promote his alleged motto as a slogan for Kahlua, but the resonance wasn't there, so I gave it up.
What was it then?
If it moves, you can screw it.
Nice motto, but a bad slogan.
Exactly.
Y listo, podemos continuar.
I'm leaving now, but And maybe another woman will want to have sex with me.
If she doesn't have anything better to do.
Hey, you.
Oh, boy.
I met with Wendi.
And?
It was really great. I finally know who I am and what to do with myself. If you hadn't helped me, Larry, oh, I'm so grateful.
When it comes to manliness, I know my business. So what's next for you two?
Oh, we gonna meet up again later and pick up where we left off.
That's the spirit.
Hey, you!
Oh, no.
Thanks for setting me up with Otis.
No problem. Matchmaking is one of my specialties. So, how was it?
Oh, it was incredible. Your thing was so small and wrinkled. Otis's, on the other hand, was huge. Well, after a while, and so hard, and it smelled so good, as opposed to yours, just limp and hung there. And besides...
I get it already!
Well, anyway, I wanted to say thank you. And in return, I'm going to let you go. But don't you dare tell anyone. Oh, and try not to do anything stupid. My sisters still don't like you.
I'll do my best.
But you might earn their favor if you were to drive off Sister Superior's ghost.
Ok, volvemos al cementerio. Y aquí ya vamos a continuar ya, justo donde lo dejamos, antes de sacar el logro. Interactuáis con esta bolsa que veis aquí. Leéis la placa.
There's something written on it. Instant contact with the dead. Please add something that was loved, something from the body of a descendant, something from the body of the deceased. Wax to bind everything, and finally some fine spice. Then take the bag to the grave.
Miráis esta tumba con la X.
Gravestone reads, if it moves, you can screw it. Wait a minute. Bobby said that's the Cockburn motto. This must be his grave.
Elegís la pala e interactuáis con la tumba.
No one around? Then here we go.
Miráis aquí en este bolsillo.
There's something golden in this pocket. I'll take that. Bobby will be happy. That's a strange signet ring. It's way too big for a finger. What's with that funny little knob?
Listo. Aquí ya no tenéis nada más que hacer en esta tumba, ¿vale? Pero podéis seguir mirando cositas. Miráis esta tumba con la X.
Here lies Sister Superior Frigid.
Le dais con la A donde pone tierra suelta.
Yikes! A skeletal hand!
Le dais a la mano, cogeréis
Oops.
un dedo.
Broke a finger off it. Well, that will have to do.
Cogéis el dedo, lo combináis con el cinturón.
Good idea, but... Those two things...
What? Vale. Cogéis el dedo, perdón, y lo metéis en el bolso.
Something from the body of the deceased.
El cinturón también.
Something that was loved.
La sal y la pimienta.
Some fine spice.
Y las velas.
Wax to bind everything.
Una vez tenemos esto, todavía nos faltaría algo más, ¿vale? Pero cogéis el vaso de plástico y lo usáis en el charco.
I hope this doesn't corrode the cup.
Volvemos a la entrada de la aldea. Y es momento de continuar, de viajar al hotel de nuevo para conseguir el logro del libro de bromas, ¿vale? Ese que hemos estado hablando hace un rato. Así que vamos al hotel, al buffet.
Hey, I'm trying to work here. What do you want?
Here's your joke book.
Ah, here it is. Finally, some quality humor from the old days. There's even an appendix in the back that lists who you can insult with which joke. Here, you can have this role-playing bullshit now.
Thanks.
So everyone, welcome to my show. Everything's good to go now. I have my tried and true repertoire of jokes again. I'd like to apologize to all the fringe groups I might offend, like women. This is now a safe space. Taste this humor, people. Here we still make jokes like in the old days. No one here has to apologize for the humor. Everything still goes. You can get naked in front of people and... okay. Maybe not everything. Alright. Hold on to your hands.
Ok, ahora hay un logro aquí por leer, por escuchar toda la conversación entera, todo el espectáculo. Así que tenéis que estar aquí como unos 15 minutos hasta que salte el logro, ¿de acuerdo?
Even worse than young blondes, because hearing gets worse with age. Been there, done that, right? Oh yeah, the blondes. But hey, let me try differently. And now, here I am.
Ok, una vez tengamos el logro, por estar aquí como unos 15 minutos, vamos a coger otra taza vacía.
I'll take one.
Y vamos a llenarla de zumo. Vais a coger las bayas y las vais a echar en el exprimidor.
Freshly pressed is always the best.
¿Vale? Cogéis la taza llena de zumo y salimos de aquí. Cogéis la grabadora.
I can connect the recorder here. It's recording now.
Y ahora vais a tocar el piano.
Okay, let's see what I can do. The recorder recorded my beautiful piano playing.
Cogéis la grabadora.
I'll take him back with me.
Y vamos a la oficina de Bobby, ya queda muy poquito. Le dais el anillo a Bobby y ella os dejará recoger
I
la
have your
reliquia.
family's signet ring.
What? That's really it? The legendary signet ring. I never thought I'd actually get to hold it.
Don't mention it. Can I have the stone in the lobby now?
Of course, but I should first make sure that the signet ring works properly.
What do you mean? So that's how a signet ring works.
Not all of them.
I'll let you know if I find another one. What the hell was that?
No idea. It sounded like it came from the lobby. Kip's probably fooling around again.
Vamos a volver al lobby a ver qué ha pasado.
This time, I was faster. Want it? Then show me what you can do and find me. But I've gone to ground in a place that you'll have to find. Do you remember the last time we met and you were so bound by me? There you'll find a clue. And the other clue is hidden where John sits. If you're as good as I think you are, that should be enough. I'll put the note in my pocket.
Y hasta aquí vamos a dejar la guía de este tercer capítulo. Nos quedaría un par más. El siguiente no es tan largo. Así que nos vemos en las siguientes. Hasta la próxima.